Hello and welcome back to The Poland, the place where we explore the real heart of this beautiful country. It's that time of year again. The snow is falling, the lights are up, and the air is thick with the scent of cinnamon, cloves, and grilled kiełbasa. We are talking, of course, about the Polish Christmas markets, Wrocław, Gdańsk, and of course the grand spectacle in Krakow's Rynek Główny. Every single year, thousands of visitors from Western Europe and North America flock here. And almost every single one of them experiences the same thing: sticker shock. But here's the twist: it's a good kind of shock. It's the moment they realize they are getting world-class quality and atmosphere for a fraction of the cost they expected. But for our audience here in Poland, that same price tag can feel very different. So today we're doing a deep dive into the economics and the culture of why Poland offers this incredible festive value to the world, and why those prices still feel high to the average local. This is the story of Poland's position as Europe's most charming and, yes, most affordable Christmas destination. Let's get into the zloty details. The biggest, most immediate factor driving this good shock is purely mathematical: the strength of Western currencies versus the Polish zloty. Think about it this way: when a German visitor converts their euro or a British tourist changes their pound sterling, that transaction instantly acts like a massive hidden discount coupon. Let's look at the numbers. As we head into the 2025 season, the exchange rate dynamic remains remarkably favorable for tourists. For years, the zloty has been structurally weaker than its Western counterparts. Why? Because Poland is not in the Eurozone, and this currency independence is a financial lever that makes all the difference. Imagine buying a standard cup of mulled wine at the Krakow market. It might be 25 zloty at a prime stall. Now compare that to Vienna, Munich, or even Lille in France. In those markets, the equivalent drink, Glühwein, will easily cost you 7 or 8 euros. When you factor in the exchange rate, that 25 zloty drink costs the tourist somewhere between 5 to 6 euros. The saving is immediate, significant, and applied to everything they buy. It's not just a small difference either. When you look at the total cost of a holiday, flights, a couple of nights accommodation, and food, drinks, recent reports show Polish cities like Gdańsk and Warsaw are hundreds of pounds or euros cheaper than their competitors like Vienna or Copenhagen. For the tourist, they perceive the price of grzanek as only a few dollars. For the Polish audience, however, you know that 25 Polish zloty is still a respectable price for a hot drink, far more than you'd pay outside the main market square. This brings us to the more complex economic realities that define the local price. This is where we need to get real, especially for our Polish viewers. While the foreign currency is a powerful tailwind for tourists, the price tags themselves are a point of local friction. You see, the cost of an item in a Polish market is set by two opposing forces. Force A: the structural savings. Poland still benefits from lower baseline operational costs. Labor costs, despite recent wage growth, are generally lower than in Berlin. Many of the materials, from the wool for sweaters to the local wood for carved decorations, are sourced domestically, reducing international supply chain friction. This lower operational foundation is why Polish vendors can afford to set their baseline prices lower than, say, an artisan in Amsterdam. Local inflation and prime real estate. Here's the flip side. Poland's economy has been dynamic, often experiencing higher inflation than the Eurozone in recent years. Simultaneously, the market squares, Krakow's Rynek Główny, Wrocław's Main Square, are phenomenal pieces of real estate. The rent for a stall in December in those locations is astronomical, even by European standards. So, what happens? Vendors are forced to set their prices far above the local average to cover those rents and margins. For a tourist, a 50 zloty sausage and bread feels like a great deal compared to the equivalent 15 euro sausage in Frankfurt. But, as many of you have pointed out in online forums, for a Pole, 50 zloty for a single sausage sandwich feels like a genuine tourist trap, a sign of market inflation that is aimed squarely at the foreign wallet. This isn't unique to Poland, but it is acutely felt here because of the sheer difference in average purchasing power. It creates this fascinating dual economy at the market. The tourists celebrating the incredible value, and the locals feeling squeezed by the elevated festive costs. The key takeaway, though, is that the price is still anchored to the Polish economic system, and that baseline remains structurally beneficial for anyone with a strong currency. Affordability only matters if the product is good, and this is the magic of the Polish markets. The low cost does not equate to low quality. In fact, it's the opposite. The Polish markets are currently earning immense recognition for their atmosphere and quality. Just look at Gdańsk. For the first time in history, a Polish Christmas market, Gdańsk won the prestigious Best Christmas Markets in Europe competition, beating out heavyweights from Germany, France, and Austria. This isn't just about price. It's about the entire experience, the angel wheel, the enchanted carriage, the festive spirit. Let's talk specifics. The food, authentic and hearty. When you're walking the market, you must try the true Polish staples. Pierogi. You can grab a decent-sized portion of traditional pierogi, potato and cheese, or meat for 30 to 35 Polish zloty. In Western markets, if you find them at all, they're often a niche gourmet item costing much more. In Poland, it's authentic street food, and the quality is usually superb. Jazd, oscypek, the small smoked sheep's milk cheese from the Tatra Mountains, usually served warm with cranberry jam. This is a regional delicacy. You can't get this authentic taste in most of Europe, certainly not at the price point offered here. It's an essential, affordable, festive indulgence. The crafts, handmade and local. The savings on gifts are perhaps the most shocking for tourists. Go try to buy a single hand-painted ceramic mug in a German market. You'll likely pay 20 to 30 euros. In Poland, you can find beautiful, high-quality handmade pottery and amber jewelry starting from 40 or 50 Polish zloty, easily half the Western European price. This is where the lower labor cost truly translates into exceptional value for the buyer. The markets are not cheap in quality. They are simply cheaper to operate in. The passion of the vendors, the tradition of the crafts, and the centuries-old settings of the old town squares deliver an unparalleled festive experience that thankfully doesn't require taking out a second mortgage. So, what's the big picture here? For the tourist, the Polish Christmas market is an undeniable financial victory. It offers all the joy, the flavor, and the tradition of the great European markets without the massive price tag. It's a compelling argument for Poland being the absolute best value winter destination of 2025. But for you, the Polish audience, the rising prices and the local inflation are real. It's important to remember that this huge influx of foreign currency helps fuel local businesses, supports artisans, and increases Poland's global prestige, especially with wins like Gdańsk receiving the best market title. These markets, while perhaps aimed at the tourist pocket in the main squares, are a sign of Poland's growing economic success and global appeal. The key to navigating the Polish Christmas market, whether you're spending euros or zloty, is to embrace the atmosphere, support the genuine artisans, and perhaps skip the 50 Polish zloty sausage stand and grab your kiełbasa from a traditional butcher outside the main square, if you're trying to budget. Ultimately, the affordability keeps the markets accessible enough that they retain that wonderfully authentic, bustling, and human spirit. A place where everyone, regardless of the currency in their pocket, can share in the magic of a Polish Christmas. We hope you enjoyed this deeper look into the economics of Polish Christmas markets. We are the Poland, and we love sharing the nuances of life, culture, and travel here. If you learned something new, if you felt that Christmas spirit, or if you simply agree that Polish markets offer the best value in Europe, please do us a massive favor. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel for more authentic Polish content, and share this video with anyone planning their next winter trip. Your support helps us grow and keep making videos like this. Thank you for watching, and Wesołych Świąt!